Hello, welcome to this quick introduction of ReadyRosie in partnership with Howard County, Maryland. We're excited to be working in your community and giving you a great resource and tool to share with your families to help really build into these little ones starting at age birth, going all the way through 5 years of age. I want to show you a quick little intro video to ReadyRosie just to get you acquainted with this resource.
Did you know research says that 7% of third graders are behind in reading? I don't get it. Studies also show that 3/5 of fourth graders have not mastered math. I don't understand fractions, but that sounds bad.
I am only in school 35 hours a week. Guess where I am the rest of the time? With you.
With you.
With you.
Sure, I could spend those hours doing this. But research says that talking with you has a huge influence on my brain development.
I know what you're thinking. What on earth will we talk about?
I know what we can talk about. Let me introduce you to ReadyRosie.
ReadyRosie is all about connecting families with schools and building on strengths. We wanted to create a cohesive way to bridge the gap between school life experiences and home life experiences so that our children can excel at a whole new level. So, how do we do that? What is ReadyRosie? ReadyRosie is a communications and content platform, which means it's a way to receive information and resources directly from your child's teacher. One of the main resources you'll receive is the modeled moment videos that use real families to demonstrate creative learning opportunities. We show you how to take advantage of bringing up conversations and interactions with your child to boost learning in your home life. Each modeled moment video is about 2 minutes long and is intended for you to watch the interaction and then do the activity together with your child. And the best part is, these videos are delivered automatically to your phone or computer via text and email. You'll get a weekly playlist of videos chosen just for you that will even include recommendations coming from your child's teacher. You can also go to the library tab in your dashboard and search the full library for subjects, locations, learning challenges, or activities you want to focus on. We've also included a section on research and answers, where you can hear early childhood experts share the latest research and advice on discipline, communication skills, and more topics of interest. With ReadyRosie in the palm of your hand, you'll be able to bridge the gap between school life experiences and home life experiences. You can now leverage bringing up conversations, bringing up expectations, and yes, even bringing up grades.
Again, I know what you're thinking.
I'm not good at spelling.
I don't understand how to do math. Guess what? It doesn't matter, and I bet you're better than you think.
Usually some important expert would finish his video by telling you why it's important to help me with school. But there's no better expert on me than you. You!
I can feel my brain growing.
So for those of you who are working not with schools directly, but maybe your community partners serving families in other capacities, that's a pretty school-focused approach to ReadyRosie. I'm going to talk to you about different ways to approach this and how you can utilize it, but it shows you the power of this. At the heart is hundreds of modeled moment videos featuring real families doing activities, everyday opportunities that they're taking advantage of with their children in the library, at home, putting away the groceries, washing the dishes, at the grocery store, in the back of the car on the way somewhere, at your laundromat. Wherever you see busy families, we want to show them examples of things they can be doing with their child to capture brief moments to really seize upon some simple learning activities that are simple for parents, fun for the children, but ultimately meaningful for educators. Everything we do is ultimately mapped back to early learning standards. We even have our alignments to the Maryland state standards in this regard. So very powerful resource. I want to show you an example of what one of these model moment videos looks like so you can get a taste.
Okay, little buddy, while I load the dishwasher, I want you to play a game with me, okay? We're going to play a game where we describe items out of our pantry, okay? So look, I have 4 items here out of the pantry. I have peanut butter. It's brown, it's smooth, and it's in a jar. I have quinoa. It's hard and crunchy right now, but when you cook it, it gets soft. There's like hundreds of little pieces of quinoa in this green box. And then I have some tomatoes. They are in a metal can, and they are red and soft, and there's juice inside that metal can. And then I have some bread. The bread comes in slices, and it's soft, and it's yummy to eat, and it's white, okay? So listen, we're going to play a game. I'm going to describe an object to you, and you need to guess what it is. So you're going to close your eyes. I'm going to describe it, and you guess. Are you ready? Okay. Close your eyes. Okay. There are hundreds of little pieces of this in a green box. They are crunchy, but after I cook them, they are soft. What am I describing?
Quinoa.
That's right, quinoa. Okay, you want to do it? Okay, I'm going to close my eyes, and you describe one of these objects to me. Okay?
Okay. It's smooth and in the pantry. It's soft and it's smooth.
Okay, it's soft and smooth and out of the pantry. Is that peanut butter? Yes. You want to do another one?
And it's soft in the box. Well, I cooked it in the box. What do you think it is?
Oh, I think it's quinoa.
What? Sweet potato? Or it's potato? It's soft and what I cooked, and it was in the can.
Oh, it's soft and in a can? Are those tomatoes? Okay, great job, Jaden. You did a good job describing things. Hold on. When you were younger, you described things by their size and color, but today you use words like metal can and in a jar and smooth. Great job.
I missed it.
All done.
Every model moment video we have in English has a corresponding model moment video in Spanish. So I want to show you an example of one for our Spanish-speaking families featuring native Spanish-speaking real families modeling these activities. This is one for a younger child, so you can see kind of the diversity here. A child that can't even talk yet, and the mom here is talking about putting on his shoes on their way to the park.
¡Mira! ¡Los zapatos! No tienes zapatos, Ian. Hay que ponernos zapatos. ¿Cuáles son los zapatos de Ian? ¿Cuáles son los zapatos de Ian? ¿Y los de mamá? Voy a salir al parque, pero necesito mis zapatos. Vamos, Ian, zapatos. Zapatos para Ian, zapatos para Ian. ¿Cuáles son los zapatos de Ian? Muy bien, muy bien. ¿Y ayudas a mamá? ¿Cuál es el zapato de mamá? ¿Le pongo el zapato a Ian? Ya, vamos a ponerle el zapato a Ian para salir. Muy bien. Zapato para Ian. ¿Y ahora me puedes dar el zapato de mamá? ¿Cuál es el zapato de mamá? ¿Cuál es el zapato de la mami? ¿La mamá no tiene zapatos? ¿Me ayudas con el zapato? A ver, vamos a ponerle zapatos para Ian, zapatos para Ian. Y ahora la mami necesita zapatos porque no tiene zapatos. Muy bien, gracias Ian por ayudar a mamá a ponerse sus zapatos y a encontrar los zapatos. Muchas gracias.
So upon registration to ReadyRosie, parents get access to the entire video library accessible from any device. For many of the parents, this is a smartphone. It could be a tablet, could be a desktop computer or a laptop computer. But they get access to the entire video library that they can search by category, skill set, age, location. They can like videos, they can favorite videos, they can track their progress, they can watch them in English and Spanish. Very interactive with the families. But not only do they get access to the entire video library, but we also want to send them pushes and nudges so that they remember to use this and have some great suggestions that meet them where they're at in the busyness of life. So we push out a weekly message containing videos and other resources to them via email or text message, depending on their preferred delivery preference. They're going to get that once a week. So there's two ways of thinking about using ReadyRosie, and that I want you to think about as you're considering using this for your particular program or the families that you serve. The first one is very easy. There's a self-registration option. This is great for community entities that maybe don't have a captive audience that they're seeing on a regular basis or have access to information about. But this is where a parent can self-register on our website at ReadyRosie.com/register. We've got all the zip codes associated with Howard County in there. They can go there and sign up today and get access to ReadyRosie, get access to all the videos, and then start getting this pushed out to them. So this is an easy way to make this available as a resource to your families. It requires nothing on your end but the willingness to push it out and advertise it to your families and encourage it over time. Some of the downsides to it is using it this way is you won't have any access to the data or really know who's registered or who didn't based on your efforts. For some of you, that's completely fine. You just want to get a resource out into your family's hands. You want to give them something, but that's one downside to this approach. You also don't have any ability to customize content for families. They're going to get the regular ReadyRosie weekly messages pushed out to them, which are really great. But if you're trying to align content to something you're doing, you're not going to have that ability with this option. But this is an option that's there. We want you to be made aware of it so you can consider it. The other option is option number 2. Utilize what we call ReadyRosie Share. This is where we give you access to a platform where you can invite the families directly. Therefore, they're connected to you or your program. You can create groups or classrooms of families to be able to organize them. You're able to customize content out to them. So imagine you're doing an initiative and your families can actually get specific video content that relates to what you're doing with their kiddos or with the families that you're working with. And then ultimately you can track data. You can see who's accepted your invites, who's in the system, how they're using it, and whatnot. So a very powerful resource. We typically use this in the context of schools, but you can see how it can work with other sorts of entities that are working directly with families on a regular basis. So I'm going to share with you a little bit more about this ReadyRosie Share option so you see what's involved in that. You get access to data tools for the admins and teachers. We call them teachers, but again, if you're not a school but want to use this, you still have that, so you're able to track that data. You also get access to, in your resources, family workshop materials. So if you're working with families on a regular basis and perhaps you're bringing them in for trainings or whatnot, in addition to this digital resource, you may want to utilize this resource in conjunction with traditional family engagement events that you might have. So we've created 6 family workshops where you get the facilitator's guide, the PowerPoint presentation in English and Spanish. It embeds our videos into it that relate to that particular topic. So you get all sorts of resources associated with this where you're able to do these workshops when they make sense for your particular program. So these we call pre-planned plug-and-play workshops, and they teach key concepts like routines, positive discipline strategies, language development, developmental milestones, the importance of play, screen time and digital media. We talk about math. So all sorts of things to help you do traditional type family engagement events using these workshops. That's accessible for you if you're using the share option. Signing parents up through this share option, because it's not the parents going and signing up for themselves like the self-registration option. Here, you sign them up through the platform. All you need to know is the kiddo's name that you're serving and then either an email or cell phone number of that parent. That pushes out to that parent an invite where they're able to accept it and set their preferences accordingly. So it's a pretty powerful way of getting parents on board where you're able to invite them directly. This is what it looks like for them to follow these steps to get plugged in. What's cool about it is you now are able to track when your parents accept that invite or when they don't. So you can track the usage. They get dropped in the groups that you've created. So again, a great resource, but it does require somebody to manage this and somebody to have the hands-on and the time to devote to it. It's very quick. Inviting a family is about 20 seconds to do. But again, if you want to take advantage of this way, it's going to require somebody who's going to be doing that. The real powerful feature of the ReadyRosie Share option is that you get the ability to create custom playlists that you can push out to your parents. So if you've created groups of parents or classrooms of parents, you can now send them a message You can title that playlist, and you can look through our entire video library and push out specific content that makes sense to align with it. Maybe it's a curriculum, maybe it's an initiative that you're doing, but imagine your parents being able to get time-sensitive, helpful tips that relate with other things that you're working on with them or their kiddos. You can push those out. You can schedule them for future. Very powerful tool to customize. You get that access if you're doing the ReadyRosie share option. So you've got two options. You've got the self-registration option. Parents register themselves. Doesn't require much work on your end, but you don't have the access to either be able to see the data or to be able to customize that content. Or you get the option number 2, the ReadyRosie share, more robust option. Either one's fine. It's just something you want to think about with your partners that you're working with as to what's going to be best. But that's going to be spelled out a little bit more on this webpage that you found this video on. So the next step is you need to choose an option. Which one do you want to use? Then you want to review on this webpage the relevant resources to get started with that option. If you're using the ReadyRosie Share option, we're going to need more info. So we're going to have to get particular educators or people in your program signed up in order to be able to manage that. Not a problem. We've given you the spreadsheet in order to do that, but that's something you're going to have to do. Then we've included a training video so you can train your team so people get familiar with ReadyRosie, especially if you're using the share option. You're going to need that training on how things work. So we have a training video and other resources. We have all sorts of resources in order to get the word out to your families, whether you're using the self-registration option or if you're using the share option. So let us know how we can help at support@readyrosie.com. Your partners there at Howard County also will be able to guide you. We put their contact information here on this website. But to contact us, it's just support@readyrosie.com, and we're here to help. So thank you. We look forward to working with you and really spreading out this resource far and wide in Howard County.